And good morning, Newton Falls. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Lynch. I'm the city manager here in the city of Newton Falls, Ohio. And this is our morning update. After today, you will not see on the title page of this program the words coronavirus update. And the reason for that is we are merely going to call this our morning briefing. And we're doing this only 2 days a week now. Tuesday mornings and Friday mornings at around 7:30 in the morning on Facebook, YouTube, and on cable channel 1023 through Spectrum. And so to some extent we're transitioning this program from something that's merely about the coronavirus update, and that is important information. We'll continue to bring that to you from a Newton Falls local perspective. But in addition to that, generally speaking, give sort of an update and report about things near and dear to the hearts of citizens of Newton Falls, Ohio. Actual people who live in Newton Falls, Ohio. One of the things we want to talk about is the fact that things are opening up. Praise the Lord for that. The curve, having been flattened, remains flattened. So we are having the opportunity to see our economy come back, and that's very important to us in Newton Falls. And tomorrow, Wednesday, we will mark the reopening of the playground equipment in Newton Falls over there at our community park. But that leads me to an announcement of some sort, and that is that on Saturday coming up, just in a few days at 8:30 in the morning at the community park, between the two pavilions there, you will see the commemoration of a new playground. That is, that grant that we received from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources is now coming to fruition. And over the next couple of days, we will have a contractor pursuant to the grant. That is, we're not spending taxpayer dollars, at least of Newton Falls citizens, because we got that grant. This new playground equipment going in, and it's good timing because now the governor has said playgrounds can be open to the kids beginning tomorrow. So Saturday morning at 8:30 over at the community park, we will have a brief ribbon cutting ceremony commemorating the opening of this brand new set of playground equipment. Something for the smaller kids to do. And how important is that? Because little kids, have limited opportunities to do things. And now this is great, especially that this is something they could do out in the sunshine where the coronavirus doesn't do very well. In fact, most of the studies show that the coronavirus will die under the ultraviolet rays produced by Mr. Sun, and that's pretty fantastic. Well, speaking of fantastic, today we're going to interview one of Newton Falls' favorite sons. I didn't realize we had a hidden gem, and it's great because he contacted me so we can learn about the fact that one of the great musicians in the world is here in Newton Falls. And that person is Arliss Walker. You may have heard his name in a lot of musical context. He's had quite a career already, and here he is right in Newton Falls. We're going to talk to him how he's been doing with the COVID-19 and essentially about his career and how we in Newton Falls might have a chance to have access to his fabulous music. On our live line right now is Arliss Walker. Good morning, Arliss. How are you?
Not too bad. Good morning, sir.
It's great to hear your voice. I saw you the other day when I was out shopping, and of course you had that trademark cowboy hat that we see you wearing in that photo that's up on our screen right now. Arliss, what's it like to be a country music star in Newton Falls during the coronavirus epidemic?
Well, it was kind of scary at first with everything going on and shutting everything down. I mean, us entertainers, that's what we do, and entertaining a live crowd and getting that feedback and uplifting people. And, the thought that, we didn't know when we'd be able to come back playing, it was a scary time.
Yeah, I bet. And the other thing is, you mentioned it a little bit, but sort of the spiritual lifeblood of a performer is that invisible energy that comes back from an audience, isn't it?
Yes. When you are entertaining people and stuff and you see them light up and they're really getting involved in what you're doing, that gives you a feeling inside that's like none other, and the more they give back to you, the more you give back to them.
Yeah. Well, so have you been having to go, and I've seen some entertainers doing this. It's somewhat of a poor substitute, but the concept of doing video concerts and things of that nature, is that the sort of thing you've been having to resort to?
Yes, I have posted, a few videos and that for everybody. Um, just to give some entertainment. I know some other good friends and stuff, like Gary Perong. He's a fabulous musician. He's also, posted a lot of videos and trying to entertain people the best we could, under these circumstances.
Yeah. Now, we've got a little bit of a video which we'll throw up on the screen because you had the chance to perform at the Grand Ole Opry, which is kind of the mecca when it comes to country music. So if you could talk over this video we're playing right now, that'd be great.
Okay, thank you. It was, something that my grandfather always wanted to do, was to perform. He was a bluegrass performer, performed here in the area and also lived here in Newton Falls. He played music with John Douglas, which is the father of Jerry Douglas, which also plays in Nashville right now and plays dobro. And, it was something that, I was able to fulfill his dream and try to keep the tradition alive and stuff in our family.
Yeah. Well, we're looking at you on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, and that's, I always get confused because they changed venues many years ago. They used to call it the Ryman Auditorium.
Correct. At the time and stuff that I performed there, this was at the new Opry House in Opryland, USA. The spot that I'm standing on is actually the circle that was cut out of the Ryman Auditorium. So the sensation and feeling to be performing on a spot that some of your idols and stuff have performed, for many years, it was a thrill like none other.
All right, Arliss, now you've got a band, I understand they're called the Southern Outlaws, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Arliss Walker, the Southern Outlaws. How would you describe your brand of country music? Is it a blend of bluegrass and country rock? What would you say it is?
It would be more like a country rock. We consider ourselves a Southern rock band. We play a lot of the traditional, Southern rock songs, but then we also take a lot of the bluegrass tunes and convert them into a country rock, sound.
Yeah.
So it makes it new and fresh and stuff for everybody, and that kind of anybody else.
Yeah, I noticed that in the clip from the Grand Ole Opry, you're singing kind of a countrified version of The House of the Rising Sun, and it's a pretty spectacular bit of singing.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. So here we are in the middle of the coronavirus. What lies on the horizon for you? Because it's kind of like we've got the Picasso of country music right in our backyard here in Newton Falls. So what lies on the horizon for Arliss Walker and the Southern Outlaws?
We are right now getting ready. We're going to be hitting the road since with the opening of a lot of outside venues.
Sure.
So we're getting everything together now and getting ready to hit the road next month. So hopefully everybody will be able to come out and see us live and perform and have a good time and enjoy some good music.
All right, Arliss, we've gotten a flavor of the kind of music you do. Who are the legends that are the ones that serve as your inspiration? Who in country music are the historical figures that are iconic as far as your career is concerned?
I've always been a big, was influenced by Conway Twitty.
Sure.
Waylon Jennings. They've kind of molded how I wanted to do, my sound. And, and then plus Leonard Skinner, has always been my ultimate favorite, performing band. And that's pretty much what inspires me to keep going. And I just love playing music. I mean, it's been in my blood. My cousin actually is, my drummer. His name is Mike Bright from Braceville, or Bristolville, I am sorry.
That's all right.
And we both grew up in this business, and, it's just something that's been in our blood and keeps us going.
One can just listen to that clip, and just listening to you talk, there is this rich, very crisp, deep baritone voice that you have. When did that enter onto the scene? Were you in high school and college when suddenly this coming together of Mother Nature and your physically developing? I mean, you don't come out of the womb with pipes that sound like that, because those are fantastic. When did that come together?
Actually, it came together in high school and stuff.
Yeah.
I wound up having a really, terrific choir teacher. Her name was Mrs. Lahode. I went to Southeast.
Sure.
And, it kind of just evolved from there. And then I kind of took it on my own and started, applying it and stuff to my own music.
Well, Arliss, we have some community events coming up, and I'm hoping that we can work something out to get you on the stage at some of these community events. As you know, the shutdowns that the state government has handed down to us are stopping us from having some of the real iconic things that we always do around July 4th and so on. But, I've got a feeling, like Humphrey Bogart says at the end of Casablanca, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Yes, sir. I think so too. And I would love, to do something for the town to, do something to give back to the community.
Well, listen, I know one thing I'm going to do, and that is with a set of pipes like yours, I think we'll also have you do a couple voiceovers for some of the videos we do for the community. Would you mind doing something like that as well?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, I could just listen to hear you talk. You could take out the dictionary or the yellow pages, as used to say, and start reading, and I think I'd be mesmerized. It's kind of like those iconic voices like James Earl Jones or people that have been the great voiceover people. You really do have an extraordinary set of pipes.
Thank you. I am flattered. I appreciate it very much.
All right. Well, God gave you that gift, and now we'll continue to let people around Newton Falls learn about it. How about that, folks? Here in Newton Falls, a real country western star, and we'll be hearing more from Arliss Walker. Arliss, thanks so much. You have a great week. All right.
Same with you, sir.
Okay. Peace and good health to you. That was Arliss Walker of Arliss Walker and the Southern Outlaws, not from down in Nashville or from Vegas or some of these other performing venues, but who makes his home right here in Newton Falls, Ohio. Who'd have thunk it? We've got somebody with that kind of talent, and now we've got a chance to talk about it and give him even further exposure throughout our community. Well, that brings to an end another one of our morning briefings. Remember, they're only on Tuesdays and Fridays. We'll see you in a few days. Don't forget, Saturday morning, 8:30 at the Community Center, we'll have a commemoration of the opening of our brand new playground equipment, courtesy of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and, of course, your City Council. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Please be at prayer as we gingerly go out into the world again, hopefully in an era of safety when it comes to the illness of the COVID-19, and keeping in mind that there are still those out there that are vulnerable. That's why wear those masks as a barrier between your nose and mouth and somebody else's nose and mouth. You don't know who ultimately is being protected when you engage in the courtesy of wearing that mask. Well, as I say at the end of each one of these, keep in prayer, and God bless America and God bless the city of Newton Falls, Ohio.